Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and a nightmare scenario could be unfolding for former President Donald Trump. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. It seems like Alvin Bragg and Judge Juan Merchan are hell-bent on jailing former President Donald Trump. And while they may have not done it yet, it looks like it's quickly approaching. They are trying to get him on anything and everything. Any word he says, anything he does, if he scratches himself in court, it just seems like there's always some violation. Get him, get him, get him, get him. And it's absolutely ridiculous. One legal expert believes that Trump will go to jail. And from what he's seeing in the case, he says this is exactly what they want to happen. But could it backfire? If you jail Trump, do his polls numbers suddenly surge by people who believe they've also been disaffected by the justice system unfairly? Do they start having sympathy and empathy for Trump? After all, this is not some villain. This is just a guy maybe some people disagree with. So I want you to watch this report and let me know what you think when you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm Carmine Sabia for Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.
Following the breaking news in Donald Trump's hush money trial, awaiting the judge's ruling on whether the former president of the United States violated his gag order. Judge Juan Merchan repeatedly showed his frustration with Trump attorney Todd Blanche during the hearing, even raising his voice when he felt Blanche was dodging his questions. Merchan telling Blanche, and I'm quoting now, "I'm going to be the one who decides whether your client is in contempt. I keep asking you over and over again for a specific answer, and I'm not getting an answer." The judge's exasperation kept building until he finally said this to Blanche: "You're losing all credibility with the court," a direct quote. Joining us now to put these clashes in perspective, the former U.S. District Court Judge Shira Shenlin. Judge Shenlin, thank you so much for joining us. How rare is it for a judge to get exasperated like this? What would you have done in a situation like this?
Well, I think it's not a good idea to be exasperated on the second day of a 6-week trial and to say to the lawyer, "You've lost all credibility with me." That's a very judgmental statement on the second day of 6 weeks. I can see that after 3 weeks or 4 weeks when the lawyer has really tested your patience. But I don't think it's a good look to say you've lost all credibility up front. So I probably wouldn't have made that particular comment. And I know he repeatedly said, "You haven't shown me anything. You haven't given me anything to help decide this." But I don't know if that's fair. Again, the lawyer is there to make an argument on behalf of his client. His argument is, my client is running for president of the United States. He needs to answer these attacks. These are political. I'm not saying the judge should buy that argument, but it's an argument that a lawyer can, in my opinion, can credibly make. He's also still attacking the gag order itself. And he's saying reposting. What's so bad about reposting? It's already in the New York Post. People can already read. Everyone can read about Michael Cohen and what folks are saying about him. So reposting means, yes, President Trump is also saying it, but what else would you expect? So I understand it's technically probably a violation. Whether it warrants harsh reprisal, I don't know.
In the gag order issue, 10 of Trump's posts are now under scrutiny, including one quoting a baseless allegation that some jurors are liberal activists. Altogether, the maximum fine would be about $10,000. How do you expect Judge Merchan to rule, and would anything deter Trump?
Two good questions. I would expect him initially to impose fines. I don't think he's going to go right to incarceration. I don't think any judge would do that. He's going to impose fines, and he's going to give him a stern warning saying, "Now look, I have fined you and I can fine you again. But if you don't stop this, I have the power to incarcerate you. And that's what's going to happen if you violate my court order." So I think he's going to give him a stern talking to, and I think he's going to impose these fairly minimal fines of $1,000 per violation.
Yeah, for Trump,
that's what I would expect.
That's not much money for Trump. Judge Shenlin, CNN is just learning now that the U.S. Secret Service, court officers, and even the New York City Department of Corrections have been quietly discussing what to do if Trump does end up being jailed for contempt of court. If you were presiding over this case, at what point would you be prepared to actually jail the former president of the United States?
I wouldn't be anxious to do that. I think it makes him appear to be a victim. It only helps his narrative of this being a witch hunt. I would try to do everything I could not to incarcerate him. It's going to be difficult. There's going to have to be 24/7 Secret Service protection. I read somewhere that it might be Rikers, which would be a terrible environment. So I would hope that it never came to that. And I don't expect it to.
Yeah, interesting.